I work in an open office, which is why I should have gotten a pair of Bose QC35s. But instead, I got these. These are earmuffs with speakers built into them. And you put them on, and all of the sound goes away. Well, 25 decibels of it, mostly in the mids and highs. You are left with some of the bass. Once you add some music on it though, it kind of just melts away. The first thing that you'll notice when you start listening to music is that it sounds like garbage. Like, it just sounds muddy, with no bass, highs roll off, really terrible. And at first, I thought that these things were incredibly hard to drive. Like, I usually listen to my music around here. I was listening to these over here, and everything after, I mean, it has no effect. I'm doing this right now, nothing. I thought this was incredibly weird until I opened them. When you pop these things open, you realize that there's a PCB in there. And with a little bit of research, I realized that this thing actually limits the amount of sound that can come out of here to 85 decibels. I don't really understand why. I think it's probably because if you're buying these for your employees, you don't want your employees to sue you because you made them deaf. I don't get it. I don't get it. So we're gonna take it out. Okay, so now what we have is basically just an empty shell. I could salvage these drivers and reinstall them, but instead we're gonna put these drivers. These drivers come out of a broken pair of CB1s, which means we're gonna need our own custom brackets, which I've already 3D printed. So I started by passing the wire through the ring, and then I soldered the ground and the right channel. Then I screwed the bracket back onto the headphone, painfully. Then I reinstalled all the foam that had come inside the cup, as well as the pad. For the second half, I actually got smarter and I mounted the whole thing in a vise. This made the whole thing a lot easier to work on. So on this side, I actually had to solder the two yellow wires together. Those are the right channel going from one side over to the other. I used electrical tape to secure the two together, although this ended up falling off afterwards. Then I soldered both grounds to the left speaker, as well as the left channel. I tested it to make sure that it worked. Okay. As with the other side, I assembled the foam, ear cup, and snapped it back into the headband. Whew! Okay. All right, now for the moment of truth. Does it sound better? Oh man, it sounds amazing. Man, I thought this was going to be terrible. It's actually awesome. So there you go. How to upgrade your 3M earmuffs into a CB1 hybrid. Cheers. Alright, so after a little bit of A/B testing with some CB1s, my excitement kind of went down a little bit. I mean, they do still sound a lot better than the original speakers that were in here, but it's definitely missing bass, and I think the reason that it's missing bass is because the speaker is literally like right up against the foam at the back. I might try and change the 3D printed parts to add maybe some kind of resonance chamber inside to get that bass back up. But I would still say that this is a successful modification. That said, though, I think you're probably better off with some QC35s. It's probably the better option.